guys, it's Anthony Molinaro from O'Brien Real Estate with the 18th edition of the Eastern Weekly Property News for 2021, where the real estate information, as always, is on the house. If you keep your ear to the ground, you've probably already heard about Bitcoin dropping over $30,000 for one coin over a 15-day period up until the 23rd of May this year. And that totaled a 40% drop in price. Now, the drop occurred because Elon Musk, the world's richest man, is backing a different cryptocurrency called Dogecoin over Bitcoin. Picking stocks on the Australian Stock Exchange, well, it's a bit of a hit and miss too, although a lot more predictable and sensible than Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies for that matter. Aussies are still risk averse, unlike our friends in the US, where over 50% of Aussies still believe the best place for their money is in the bank. Second is in the stock market at 10.5%, and third is a real estate investment at just 9.3%, according to a Westpac Melbourne Institute report released in March this year. Over 435,000 Aussies bought stocks for the first time in 2020, whereas in the early 2000s, in the dot-com bubble era, 30% of Aussies thought investing in stocks was a good idea. Now, one thing is for sure, and that's the stability of the real estate prices in Australia. This graph from CoreLogic is over a 35-year period of real estate prices from the 1980s until pre-COVID in the early 2020 period. You'll see that the fluctuations on the positive side of the graph is generally no more than 15% apart from the late 1980s real estate bubble, when we saw 30% spike, and on the negative side, well, you'll see that prices haven't really dropped back much differently either. Moving on the numbers for the week, Victoria again was the busiest state within the country. Our state saw 910 auctions held with a clearance rate of 85% being very healthy, and a private sale transactions for the week totaling 1,578. Last week we saw another budget released, and this time it was the state budget, which unveiled a 12.7% increase in stamp duty for property to $6.7 billion, with a premium stamp duty introduced for property transactions above $2 million, attracting $110,000 duty plus the 6.5% of the dutiable value in excess of $2 million. The budget also unveiled a 15.2% increase in land tax to $4.2 billion. Land tax increased by 0.25% for taxable land holdings between $1.8 and $3 million, and 0.30% for taxable land holdings in excess of $3 million. A new listing that's just hit the market is apartment 310 at 300 Middleborough Road in Blackburn. This modern 2-bedroom apartment sits perfectly on the top floor of this boutique complex and is superb, offering low maintenance yet a comfortable living and lifestyle. The ultimate in lifestyle is perfectly positioned close to numerous parklands and reserves, trains and buses, Box Hill Centro nearby, as well as Blackburn South shopping precinct. The interior includes an entry hallway leading to the open plan living and dining area, which is highlighted by the abundance of natural light beaming in from the large balcony. The kitchen boasts gas hot plates, microwave space, underbench dishwasher, and plenty of cupboard space. Features include a modern bathroom, large panoramic windows, video intercom, secure entry, and a secure basement car space and storage cage. On the market as a private sale, it's priced between $450,000 to $490,000, with the first scheduled open for inspection this coming Saturday between 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And lastly, last week we reported a 15-month high in consumer confidence, and this week ANZ Roy Morgan poll now sees that peak at 19-month highs. The rise in confidence can be evidenced with the rise of consumer spending on the Australian Stock Exchange, now the second strongest sector, which has up a massive 105.2% since March 2020 in the pandemic low. Now, that is all for this week. I'm Anthony Molinaro, and remember, the information provided is of a general nature. You should always seek independent legal, financial, taxation, or other advice in relation to your unique circumstances. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this week's market wrap, and until next week, it's bye for now.